So, hey guys, welcome to Talk It Out, Talk It Out, Talk It Out. It's just me and Angie today. So no music because I can't do it all at once. There you go. So yeah. So that's what we're doing. So, Michelle's been a little under the weather. Jen had a fun little procedure, and so it's just us. It's just us, so bear with us.
That's all we need.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they're awesome. No, they're awesome.
Absolutely, because I definitely feed off of them. So, so definitely, as long as I got somebody else here, like, it's all good. So I'm going to check my lovely computer here, make sure that, I don't know if I can tell how I'm live or not.
Turned up my
Usually
phone.
Michelle does this. So I may have to swing back here and make this. We're live. We've got one person, Sydney. Hi, Sid.
Is it Sydney?
Sydney Howerton.
Oh, hey.
Hi. So, yes. So I don't know where they normally go. See, this is where I fail at what I'm doing.
I wonder if I can.
But obviously it's live, so I guess that's the important thing.
Oh, yes.
Can you see it?
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. Here we are.
Okay, perfect. Good.
I feel like I need to sit up straight. I look like I'm like.
So I think we need pillows back here. So I think that's why I end up, like we talked earlier, take the shoes off. I end up sitting on my feet because I feel like we need some pillows or something back here. But
They're comfy chairs, though.
Yes. Wayfair.
Just what you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I'm saying
Disclaimer.
Ooh, bad.
So anyway, Angie's with us today. Angie Watts, for those of you who don't know, I'll let her just kind of tell us a little bit about herself and what she's here for. And we're just excited to have you here. So thank you.
I appreciate it.
Angie, woo! I have no live audience today, so.
That's all right. We were saying, you were talking about how long we had.
See, look.
No, I know.
Already.
I'm going to take her shoes off. Known each other. I guess it's Carterville days. Let's see here. We moved to Southern Illinois, and Tanner was born in 98. He was 2 weeks old. And they shipped us off down here.
Where'd you move from?
From up in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
And he came to work for Helitech, literally. And Tanner was 2 weeks old. And we rented a duplex off of 148 on South Fork Road.
Nice.
I don't even know if it's still there. But yeah. And then we moved to Carterville, and both of our boys went there, and I know that's how we met.
Yeah.
And that's how.
Well, like I said, Corey and Matt probably definitely the main pieces, I would say, since we're
that, and gosh, I would say them, and I'm just thinking Swalls, Karna, Matt. I mean, we just have a lot of mutual friends and families, so I just think we kind of all we're around each other. So thanks, I appreciate it. But
no,
and I we have two boys, and then I went to work for a church. I always said, I remember when they asked me if I wanted to come work at church, and I'm like, you don't understand. I'm like, I am not a good person. You have to be a good person to work at a church. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, you are a good person. You're a normal person that struggles with every daggum thing that, everyone else does. And so I went to work there almost 9 years ago.
That seems crazy.
I know. And I
is that your only job, or do you?
No, I work for Helitech.
Okay.
So I do.
All right. So yes, I did see you post.
So do team building for them, and just some training and all that. So I have 2 part-time jobs that turn into 1.5 full-time jobs, and then just on the side, I'm a wife and mom.
Right. That's nothing.
It's all right. You just do whatever. But no, but no, and then and then I reached out to you and tried to not beg you.
You didn't beg me at all. No,
I just shared my heart.
Yeah.
I shared my heart about just the women of Southern Illinois and the conference that we're going to do, it's just, I love it. And I'm just passionate about ladies of all ages that struggle with community. I think we have a lot of friends, but we don't really have community, because I think social media tells us that, I mean, it's how many friends do you have? Facebook or TikTok, your followers. And so everyone is friendly.
Right.
But I don't know, you just don't have community that, maybe because I'm getting older. I feel like my friends have stayed the same, but my community has gotten smaller.
Right.
People that are willing to, like, walk the hard stuff.
Right.
I mean, and the awesome stuff, too. But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
People come and go all the time.
I know.
So, and I mean, some are those ones that are meant to stay forever and ever, no matter what, even if you don't talk to them every single day, but you can pick that phone up and be like, hey, like those are your people, and so same with this. I always end up talking about this journey that we're doing right now. Like, I have no idea where it's going to take us, if it's taking us anywhere.
It's going viral today.
But but I mean, just, we weren't sure of the platform, what we were going to do. We just know that, I mean, kind of the same thing, just bringing people together. This world today just, in a nutshell, sucks. I mean, it's just not a pleasant place to necessarily live in. People don't mind the phone ringing. No, Stern Sales is not open today. I mean, I could answer it, I guess, but it's what happens when we go live. Oh well,
that's right.
But so yeah, we didn't know where things were going to go, and everybody's like, well, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, really, whatever. Like, I mean, and our platform so far seems to be the same kind of situation. People have testimonies, and it kind of leads to the faith, and it's just, I'm still growing. We're always still a work in progress. Like, that's one of my favorite quotes is work in progress, because that's just how it is. And I'm like you, like, I never thought that I could be as involved or, be a part of a church or anything, because I'm like, I'm not a good person. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's awesome to hear the same people have the same feels. And I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. Like, it's taken me many years to feel that way or to understand it. But now I'm in my 50s, and, I get it. And I think with age, I'm getting to where I'm a very empathic person, which can suck sometimes, but I'm trying to find my voice, my, and my I don't care what you think type thing, So this is a big step for me, because, it's not my zone.
No, I get it. I think, we were talking about why, do you think it's just our age? I don't think it's our age. I think I feel like with, going back to community and having good community, they bring it out in us. Or we help other, whether I don't have daughters, but we've got girlfriends, or if it's your friends or whatever. I feel like a lot of the younger ladies are so much wiser than we ever were. I don't
know.
I mean,
100%.
social media can be horrible, but also I don't know if they are making their choices sooner than what we did.
Right.
We were too busy going to chicken and beer dances, or I don't know, like.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, Kelsey's 24, and I feel like she's taught me so much at her young age, that I'm like, how are you so much wiser than me in that aspect? But I mean, she's dug into it. I mean, she has put herself in that position, so kudos to her, but I'm still working on it. So, but you're right. I mean, I do feel like some, not all, but there are some who definitely, that younger age. I mean, when I was 24, that is not where I was, So.
I was married and
right.
24. Did I have a child? I don't want to do math. It's too early. 24. I don't think I had Tanner yet, but we were married at 22, 23. No, I had not had Tanner yet, but I mean, and nowadays I look at these 22, 23-year-olds, and I mean, I'm like, What is that like?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, and for Kelsey, you know, she started, it's not about her, but she started young. You know, she met her husband now, and he already had a kid, and, you know, there's some age difference there, but like she grew up fast, you know, so, I don't know. It's a crazy world out there. So anyway, so here we are. So we're going to talk about the conference that's coming up October 12th.
Yep.
I attended the one last year. Really enjoyed it. Rebecca Lyons. Like I'm not, and I honestly didn't even know who Annie Downs was until, you know, and so I have been trying to catch up on that. But I didn't know who Rebecca was either. But to listen to her speak, that day was a really good feel. It was really nice to, and again, to meet somebody who really kind of spoke of how I've felt, you know, over the years. And here she is up on stage and, you know, telling her story and doing her thing. So,
yeah, I think that,
now was last year the first one, or was there
last year was the first one? Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. I feel like God has just opened the doors for our speakers. I was not real familiar as far as I would say that, I was faithfully reading Rebecca Lyons' books, or I faithfully was listening to her. But I have such a great group of ladies that I work with that we were kind of just always throwing out names.
Right.
And so when we did get Rebecca last year, and I was standing in line, kind of just helping move the line, along. You know, people were having their signed books. They wanted to just thank her, and just hearing over and over again, moms and daughters, friends, ladies that came by themselves, just standing there saying, "You said this," and it touched my heart so much. Or I didn't realize that I needed to just let that go.
Right.
I was just like, okay, Lord, you have a purpose for this, and you are using me for this, and I don't understand it, but I'm going to lean into it. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, but there's a reason why, and just show me who you want us to have next year. And then, just as you know, we had one speaker, and then they went through some stuff on a national platform, and then literally just out of nowhere, the guy that I was dealing with out of Nashville, Tennessee said, "I know someone personally, and I have talked to them, that I have talked to you and heard your heart." And I'm like, it's my heart for ladies. Right. It's not my heart. It's just like, I feel like ladies, women, we are carrying so much junk. And we just need to know that you're not alone.
Right. Absolutely.
That it's okay. You don't have to get rid of it right now, this second. Because I think that's another thing, like, suck it up. Right. Get going. You know, you hear it all the time. Like, I don't have time to mess with this. Or I don't need this. Or I'm running this way or that way. And so I talked to Annie F. Downs, and she has a manager lady, and next thing I know,
someday I'll have a manager lady.
That's right. Angie K. Watt. Right? No. I love my job.
Yeah, right now it's volunteer work if you come.
Anyway, but and it's just amazing how all the doors opened, and she's just been awesome. And to listen to her heart for women. And so, yeah, and then we just started praying about and talking through, like, what are ladies struggling with that would be awesome breakout sessions that are needed or would challenge them, or maybe it's somebody that they're walking in their community with one of those areas. And so that's kind of how we came up with them. And I have to read them. I have to read them because I'm
Do you need
not
glasses?
Smart. No, it's fine.
Got some right here.
To be transparent, I only have one contact thing because if I put in two, I have to have cheaters. So I only have one, and I did big fun.
Yeah, you go, girl.
So if I go like this, so I can anyway. No. Okay. So the first breakout is on contentment, and that's led by Sydney Spiller, aka Maiden Name Swells, which a lot of you know. She is just, I just love her. I've just felt, I don't know, burdened to, or not burdened, but just that the Holy Spirit, God was just nudging me that I needed to have her a part of this somehow. And then the word contentment just kept coming to mind with her. And I don't know why. And I reached out to her and she was like, and I don't know if she made that face, but I didn't even write it. Anyway, so she's going to talk about contentment. And it said, we all know that comparing ourselves to others isn't good for us. It just makes us feel bad and often leads to being unhappy in our own lives. And it can also make us feel dissatisfied with God and envious of those we think God favors.
Yeah.
Like, I think about all the time, you know, you see people and you're like, why does something bad happen to them?
Right.
Like, what have I done wrong?
Right.
Like, why do I feel like all these bad things happen to us? And they're horrible people.
Exactly. I mean, it's the normal
like,
feels.
or she's so nice. And like, why do they always have good things?
It's just not fair.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know that's not real, but that's what we have in our mind. That's what we think.
Absolutely.
Anyway. So and then she's going to talk about comparison can affect our lives so much so that we need to redirect our focus towards Jesus to give us a positive and fulfilling life through it. So I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I also think with like young girls on social media, I shouldn't say young, all of us, TikTok, Instagram, now we buy it off of Shein. So if we don't want to buy it from somewhere expensive, you can just find the latest look. You have to look this way, fit this way. If you don't, if your husband doesn't do this, if your kids are not like that, well,
I've never ordered off of Shein.
What?
Yeah. Or Temu.
Well, all right. I did do the Temu. Temu is, I would say that their quality is not as good.
That's what I hear.
The Chinese built products are not as good as Shein. I'm telling you, I have yet to get anything off of, I don't know if it's Shein or Shein.
I don't know.
Anyway, I love it. I'm telling you cannot beat a shirt for $7.86. That's cute. Or, I mean, and I know that's probably, the haters are going to say, well, that's taken away from small business. You should buy small business.
Absolutely.
But also, too,
small business is just as guilty as buying ours too.
Well, I just wonder what you said that now. Anyway, but it's so cute.
Yeah.
And especially when you have kids that are little. I mean, I've bought the boys' shorts on there. I mean, they junk them up, and what? Tanner's 26, Nate's 22. They still crap up all their clothes. They don't necessarily grow out of them as fast as
they did before.
But when you can get a 3-pack of cotton drawstring shorts for $11,
sold.
Yeah. I don't care what you do in those shorts.
Listen, it took me the longest time to even order from Amazon. I was like so nervous about all that stuff. So it took me. I wrote checks for them. I still write 1, 2 checks, 3 checks.
Do you know Cammie Busby? No. I'm sorry, I love you.
No, I just, it just took me a long time to ever feel okay to do that.
Huh.
I know, I'm weird. So
no, I don't think it's weird. I think it's what people are comfortable with, you know.
Amazon
do you use Venmo then? Do you Venmo people money?
I do, but that took me a while too. Okay. Venmo and PayPal, like all that, took me a long time to get there also.
Yeah.
But yes, I do. I've grown up. Well, and more so because when I did my Cassie's Sassy Nails, Sassy's whatever.
Yes.
The Color Street.
Yeah.
Which I think again was like totally out of my comfort zone, but I think it was leading me.
Yes.
Where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because it opened doors, and you know, I don't want to try to sell any kind of product unless I truly love it, which don't mind my nails now, but I mean, I'm still using them. I'm not selling it anymore, but I still use it and love it. And it opened some doors for me to where, you know, I'm here now, but, so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. See, that's the next thing that happens. But anyways,
no. Oh, okay, that's all right.
No,
No, you gotta try Shein. Okay.
All right. That'll be my next go-to.
Okay. The next one is Debbie Rich. And I know you've had a chance to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Carterville. Give a little shout out to Debbie's. Debbie is going to talk about emotional resilience through faith. And Debbie she is the strongest woman I know, really and truly. She is a twice widowed lady. She's still young, and she has never. I know that there's been seasons of heaviness and darkness, but she has never lost her way of saying, "Lord, you have to carry me through this. You've allowed this for a reason. I don't understand it, but I don't need to understand it, and I just have the faith to trust you." And I don't know if I say that, I don't know how I would be to be married twice to two good men and both of them die.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah. So anyway, so she's going to talk about emotional resilience through faith. And I think that's the biggest thing is saying you have faith and really living it out are two totally different things.
Absolutely.
Everyone's like, I got faith in you, girl. But really, like, living out that faith and not being ashamed of it or, it's hard. So anyway, but hers is, the description was, I don't know if people want to know these descriptions.
Hey, absolutely, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, it's us. Whatever.
Okay. I'm just going to read it to you.
Okay.
I don't care. Anyway, faith helps us to develop resilience by providing a long-term perspective on our circumstances. It says, as we grow in our faith, we see more clearly how God redeems our pain, and either here or now in the eternity. So for her, she might never, that's the thing. We might never understand why,
Right.
but it's not for us to question,
Right.
even though it's
Can't help but to want to question it. And yes, it
sucky
sucks.
stuff. Yeah. The other one is Lisa Eckhart. Oh my goodness. She is going to do a breakout on prayer, which again, you've met. And, my phone, people are, maybe because.
I never looked to see if we
anyway.
came up on my computer, so.
Lisa challenges me and has been challenging me for years about praying and being a prayer warrior. When you say you're going to pray for someone, to not just post a comment on Facebook with the hands, but like literally stopping with what I'm doing and doing it. And it doesn't have to be Our Father who art in heaven, or it doesn't have to be, it needs to be an intentional moment between you and the Lord where whatever's going on, you're just talking to your dad, to your father, because, and crying out to them or praying for whatever is going on in your life or in your kid's life, or if someone says something to you, boy, I could really use some prayers on that you're willing to do it. I think Lisa's taught me that if I'm not going to pray for someone right then and there, and I'm just going to say it, then is that to make me feel better?
Yeah.
Does that make me?
And that's probably when I need to attend,
not
too.
you, but like, I'm like, I'll be praying for you. And you're like, thank you so much. Is that just self-gratification
Yeah,
if I'm not
I
going to pray for them?
Right.
Or if I just have a nice thought about them? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a strong. Michelle's my go-to. Like because she has the words, and if there's something, I'll either text her, call her, because I know she'll do it like right then because she, she's like, if I'm saying I'm going to pray for you, I'm going to do it right then because if I wait, I'm going to forget or whatever, and that's my problem.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of times I'm trying to work on that. I don't know that I say the right thing. Sometimes I start talking and I'm like, am I saying the right thing? I'm like, God, you know my thoughts. So, you know what I'm thinking. You know what I want to say and do. I'm not good at getting the verbiage out.
He knows our heart.
Yeah.
And he knows our heart. And, actually this morning, Nate's girlfriend, we're going to go to this fall thing over at the pavilion. And she's like, I just want to pray for you right now. And I was like, oh, and she goes, but you pray because I won't say it right. And I'm like,
That's me.
but I'm like, but you too, because it's your heart. And God doesn't expect it, like, he's not expecting your words. It's from your heart. And I said, just pray your heart. And so anyway, but I know people probably listen to me pray and go, but you know what? I just pray in my heart and praying, and that's all you can do. And I don't know if it's right or wrong, or I know it's right.
Right.
I don't know if they think it's right or wrong.
Right.
Anyway, but
yeah, I probably need to attend that one.
anyway, she's great. She's awesome. She's just amazing. Here is one that I really felt that we needed to do, and that was the quiet darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about anxiety and depression. And I don't know why. Going back to this community, you and I were talking about having friends and versus community and all this stuff. If you say you have anxiety or you say you're depressed, then we feel weak.
Mm-hmm.
We can't fix it. Postpartum, I think, even as hard as it is to say it, people are like, oh, it's okay because she just had a baby. That's why she's got postpartum. It's okay. It's not okay because you're dealing with so much and trying to work through it. But why can't we say, like, yeah, I have anxiety. I am struggling. Yeah, I'm depressed. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening in this season of my life compared to the other seasons of my life. And maybe you do know. Maybe there is something that's really just been dropped in your life that is just really tough.
Right.
But it's okay to talk about it. It is okay. And there's some churches, I don't know, I grew up in a church that you can never talk about that. You know, you weren't praying enough. You weren't trusting God enough. I don't know, I just struggle with that.
there are just things you can't control sometimes. And, you know, in my late teens, early 20s, I went through a bad depression.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to kill myself. There's things, you know, and I think that and not that I want anybody to experience that or have that, but the fact that I did work through it and I'm here, like, that's my purpose too. You know, like, it's okay. It's okay to, like, have those struggles and to feel like it just sucks. You know, I know some people, think medication makes you weak too. And I get it. And I've tried it with medication, without medication. I've tried many different medications. I've been on the same one for a while, that who knows if it's working for me now or not. Like, I really don't know, but I don't want to stop it either, because I know that when I have done the on and off again, that, you know, I can just feel it, but it's just not, you know, it's not right. And it's okay. Like, it's okay. Yeah. But people make you feel so weak sometimes. But mental health it's a real thing. Oh, you know?
1,000%. And I was trying to think when. I think it was maybe 6 months or a year after my mom had passed, and she's been gone 10 years. And it was Cami and Corey, and they, like, came to me and they're like, your anxiety is just off the charts. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You just had too much coffee. Or, like, I was like, but they loved me enough to see it in me, to say that, like, you're not you, and you probably need to do something about it. That was probably the hardest thing, having somebody tell you that. But it was, looking back, in the moment, I felt that way. It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me in that moment, that they loved me enough to say something. And anyway, I say all this to say that I think we all struggle with it, and it shouldn't be quiet darkness. Right. It should shine the light on it and love each other through it. It's going to make me cry. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry.
Which is why we brought her, because she's so passionate about what she's doing. Well, so this is what's amazing.
Well, and the description on that is, why am I crying?
I had some tissues here.
Okay. It says,
right there. By the little hands.
It says, depression and anxiety can be tough to talk about. Women may feel ashamed when they go through mood and body changes. childbirth or after challenging times, health issue, menopause, all of it, it's important to remember that there is no need to feel guilty about something you can't control. Even in the midst of struggles, there's hope. And Allie Keel, she is, oh my goodness, she's a teacher. I've known her, goodness, for, I don't know, well, the 9 years I've been at Cornerstone, and she's just, I don't know, she just is, she is such an inspiration and a light, and so strong when I know that things are not necessarily the way that they really are. And she just speaks truth in the most loving way. And she, you know how you know that you just say, wow, they have such empathy and they just care.
Right.
That's Allie. Yeah. And I'm thankful that I know her and that she's going to be talking about this. So anyway. Okay. And then, this is kind of where I feel like I'm at right now, is at being 53, empty nester-ish. I'm 53. I'm not working for like the next career.
Right.
I'm working towards like Social Security career.
That's
right. But
and I also want to retire like now because I feel like I'm still young enough to do things and whatever, but just gotta keep working.
Yeah.
Sucks.
But Jennifer Chaney, she is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She is just so passionate about, same thing like me, about ladies, and she's going to talk about what's my place, what's my purpose. And her biggest thing is that you split your time between your family and work, whether it's in a corporate career, you're an entrepreneur, you're a working mom, you stay at home, or an empty nester. You deeply love your family, you deeply love others, but you may struggle to find your purpose as a Christian woman, and you feel disconnected from your true self in the midst of your busyness. So how do we learn to do better by just not going through the motions? And so I am like, whew.
That's another one for me for sure, too.
That one is, to me, like, I don't want to go through the motions.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure I'll live to 106. I've lived half my life.
That's crazy to even think about.
I want my next chapter to be better than what I've done now. I hope that I've learned it. And so I want it to be purposeful. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be marrying off kids and having grandbabies, and that's a whole nother thing, as you know. And
absolutely.
but also, I mean, I'm really loving this time with my husband. Like,
right.
And so those are amazing, but that's like, what about me?
Right.
What is it? What's my purpose, Lord? Okay, you've given me these gifts. What do you want me to do with them? Just show me. Right. So I don't know. I love that one.
No, we are truly empty nesters now. So I'm excited for our new journey because, Jeff and I have been together for 30 plus years.
Yep. Same with Brooke and I.
High school sweethearts. And so I'm thinking 37 that's math again. So, but we've been married for 28, dated for 9 years. So, yeah.
Dated in high school.
Yeah, because we dated in high school.
Yeah.
So you've got that phase of, getting to know each other and all of that. And then, then we get married, and then you've got that phase. And then we've been married for 5 years, have kids, and like, what are we doing? But we did that. And Kelsey was my homebody. So when she moved out, that was really harder on me than anything because literally her and a friend would come and hang out with us before they would go out and do anything.
Yeah.
Gracie was my opposite. She was my bubbly, go out, I don't know where she gets that from, type person to just, she's totally Jeff. Yeah. Social butterfly. And, so for her, she wasn't home as much. Kelsey's been out for a while, but Gracie wasn't home as much. And so we were kind of already starting to be there, but we were still kind of caught in that middle, you know, and, she started talking about wanting to move out. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, why would you want to move out? Like, there's no need for you to have to move out. Like, you come and go as you please for the most part anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, save that money.
I agree.
Build up that account. Yeah. And I'm grateful for my girls to be financially good where they're at because I was not. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's where I, like, worry that they're going to get in where I was, which I don't think they will. But, I mean, still. That's one of my fears of it, you know. I'm like, there's no sense in when I moved out and had that test. I mean, I had a full-time job. Like I was, you know, I wasn't going to college anymore. I did a 2-year at Logan, and I just worked, you know. And so moved out, thought that I could do that, and it was a good experience, you know. And so when Gracie started talking about it, I'm like, I think that that's your next adult step, you know, honestly. I mean, she's been working and whatever, so everybody's like, did you cry when she moved out? I said, I didn't. I mean, it's different, but I mean, if she was home, she was basically in a room, didn't see her a whole lot, you know, and
they're not sitting next to you.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not hanging out with you and whatever.
Let's watch a movie.
I mean, I hear from them more now than probably, you know, and which I enjoy that. Like and then I kick myself, like, I feel like I should talk to my parents every single day, and I don't. Like, you know. But, yeah, I want my girls, I want to hear from them every single day. Even if it's just a simple text message, like, I know that they're okay. But this is a good learning experience for Gracie, and she loves it, you know. And
how old is she now?
She's 19.
19. That's awesome.
So,
good for her.
Yeah. So now we're really, and that's what Kelsey and Casey one night were over and they're like, my gosh, you guys are like officially empty nesters. And, you know, and I don't know, one of them said something like, you know, I hear sometimes you fall in love more than what you ever did before and all that. And I'm like, you know, and I hope that we do. I mean, I hope that we find that again. I hope that we, you know, what sucks is it doesn't suck. There's a lot of people out there just in the same situation we are, and we don't take time to like hit people up and be like, hey, let's meet for dinner or that. I want to, good intentions. Like I still, you know, want to do that, but it's just like you get so caught up and you're like, hey, let's just go grab a bite. And, you know, and then you don't, but I think you need that interaction too. Yeah. But that's my social side. You know, if Jeff's with the right crowd, he can totally be good with that too. Right. But, so yeah, we're just having to learn each other all over again, kind of to a certain extent. So it's kind of scary, but I'm excited at the same time. You know, you just gotta go with it. So
I think for Burke and I right now in this season has been more, he loves to go to concerts and not necessarily, and when I say concerts, more small venues. Mm-hmm. And I mean, probably for the last year, he'll be like, let's just, on a Wednesday, I just bought tickets. Let's just go. And I mean, they're not expensive tickets. They're like at the pageant or the factory in St. Louis. Or there's been a couple times where he's like, let's just go to Nashville. And I'm like, right now? And I'm like, I'll get him on Priceline. And I'm like, or hotels.com. I'm like, okay. And where we never had the spontaneity, like the freedom to like just go and do something like that. Right. So that's been exciting. And so I'm liking, that's been awesome. Yeah. Not necessarily all the bands we're going to see, but I love him, so I'm willing to do it. Right. And so
that's part of it. I mean, when Jeff and I first met, he was into racing, NASCAR, and car shows and all that stuff. I wasn't. No. But I mean, you learn to go with that, and now it's part of my life. Like I'm good with like if he's enjoying it and what he wants to do, then so be it. Like I'm good with that. But it goes both ways too.
It does.
So
I have to figure that out.
But I want that more spontaneity to still hit me. But we have dogs. Yeah. Which, not that that's a good excuse, because I know a lot of, you know, people that for the most part, I prefer my dogs to be able to stay home because they are my fur babies. And I have one dog that likes to have seizures. And so I got to make sure I find somebody who's like okay with handling that, because I wasn't in the beginning, let me tell you. And, but I do wish that I could be more like, hey, let's just drop what we're doing, go to Nashville, or whatever.
Well, I mean, it's not
I want to be better at
long
that.
periods of time. It's literally just a
day or two, yeah.
Or no, it's just go
24 hours.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I don't know. I when people said, "Oh, the next season," and when they say, "Don't wish it away," and the next thing you know, you wake up one day and you're like, "How did we get here?" And I don't know, but yeah. So
life's too short.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's, until you either had that experience, a life-changing event, which I think that's where my big turnaround was, 2015.
We just talked about that.
Recent stories, recent things that have happened with people.
Yeah.
And, went out with the students last night and, just like, life's too short.
Yeah.
Take those pictures. I know my family hates it. My family's just as guilty as not wanting to do that. And they're like, oh my gosh, Cassie's got the camera or whatever. But then I also get like, fine, I don't want to do it. But, and then sometimes I'm just like, no, you're doing it because you're going to thank me one day for having all these pictures.
Yeah. I put my Christmas tree, I get all my Christmas stuff up the last week of October and my kids are like, you're a psychopath. And I'm like, but if I didn't, it takes me this long to pull all the tubs down because nobody's going to help me. But if I wouldn't put it up, or if I wouldn't have that stuff up, they would be like, Mom,
what's going on?
Where's the blah, blah, blah?
Right.
Or where's that? Or are we going to, yeah. So I get it. There's just certain things that we just do because one of these days, I hope and pray that they will marry a psychopath wife that puts their Christmas stuff up and or they carry on the traditions, or they go on the trips, or they make the time, or they take the picture because, anyway, that's good.
Absolutely.
I like it.
It's life's too short. So, and that's my next thing. Like I want to, I'm like in a hurry to retire, but not because I want to quit work. Like I want to, health-wise, still pretty good. Like I want to be able to enjoy and do those things when I want to do them and not be crippled up or not find out that as soon as
in the wheelchair.
as soon as I find out and a week later, you've got cancer or something like that's just, and I know we can't live in that fear and I try not to, and I try to live in the moment, and that's always a battle in my head. But, part of me is like, how much longer am I going to live? I mean, can I live with what I've got saved up right now? And again, not meaning that I have to not ever work again because honestly, I think
I would get bored. I need to do something.
Right.
I don't know what that something would be, but
I would still like the experience of waitressing somewhere.
Ooh.
I mean, and probably more local just because my personality, again, I can talk to anyone or anything, but, or bartend. Bartend. I could be a therapist at the same time.
Yes, you could solve all the world's problems. Yeah.
But
I don't know. I don't think
it's something fun.
I don't think I could bartend. If I could open the wine bottle and it was a premix, but I would get distracted and I would serve them the drink and they'd be like, what's in that? And I'm like, well, there's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's not alcohol, I would just drink it. No.
But I mean, I still want to do something. I guess it's just more of the not have to do it type stuff.
So many people, and I think, again, because I'm 53, and I think the older that we've gotten, we're recognizing that a lot of people that have been retiring have died. Yeah. Like I've got a cousin who literally had retired, and it was like 6 months after he retired, and he had a heart attack and died. And I was just like,
I don't want to be that person.
That is so depressing. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So that's why I say you don't have to spend a lot of money to do things.
Right.
Make the time now. Put the time in. Go for the walk with the spouse. Hold the hand. I don't know. They say all that. Eat the cake. Eat the, what? But I mean, I don't know. Just, it is fleeting. We never know. No. We're not promised tomorrow. So, not to be doom and gloom. That's like Sorry about that. But,
No,
but it's
no.
true. But
it is, and I mean, and
people are like, man, they're downers. Don't have her back. Nope. She denied.
Not a downer at all.
Denied on the
no, but I mean, and now experiencing my daughter having her own baby and like seeing that, like there's nothing that warms my heart more.
Are you a Mimi, a Grammy, or?
So I'm a CC.
What is wrong? Okay, what is wrong with Grammy? I had a mamaw. I had a nana. Like, are those?
See, I always had just grandma and grandpa.
Or grandma? Are those just old people now? And now that we are those people that are going to be called those names, we're like, I'm not going to be called Nana.
I know. I don't know how.
That's the way that's called Coco.
Well, my mom's mom, we called her Bobby. Her name was Virginia. So I'm not for sure. Like, I can't remember if that's
just one of the kids was like, "Hey, Bobby."
I don't. And that was so.
It just stuck.
Everybody else was grandma and grandpa, but Bobby. Bobby, can I have a piece of gum? I mean, it was, yeah. So, but I had never really heard the different names.
Yeah.
You know, and so my in-laws are grandma and grandpa to my kids.
Yeah.
And then my parents are Nana and Papa to the kids,
Papa,
which I don't even know how that really came about because I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never heard the Gigi's and the Mimis and the Ninis and, like, I never heard all of that. Gigi I liked because Sherry Jenkins, that's the first Gigi I heard of. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
I know one Gigi. You're my first CC.
Yeah, well.
I know Coco. But, I mean,
oddly enough, so my stepmom, her daughter just had a baby in July too, and we had never had the discussion. She's a CC, but she's Cindy. So I don't know. So I went with a CC for Cassie.
Yeah,
whatever.
I see that one.
But I still say that more than likely they'll probably just call us Cassie and Jeff because Carter calls us Cassie and Jeff. So, you know, that's just how it's going to be. But it's, either way, I mean, it's a joy and it's a different, it's fun. It's fun to watch your kid be that way. It's fun to see them kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if they cry out loud, and because I get the feels like you just want to hush them up, but it's give me the kid.
Yeah.
It
makes me cry again too. I don't know.
It's crazy. Life's short.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a grandma.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
But we do.
Right.
But I don't. But
It's like I'm.
We'll just borrow them. We'll babysit and then send them back.
Absolutely.
No.
So the women's conference.
Yes.
Is so let's say so how much it costs, like all that kind of stuff.
I had to write all that down. All right, typed it all out. Okay. Well, first off, I'm going to say it to you. This conference is for any lady of Southern Illinois. It doesn't matter if you go to church, where you go to church, if you've never been to church. It's not about a religion. I'm crying again. That's why.
Because it's your passion.
It's about spending a half of a day listening to a lady who loves other ladies, that wants to encourage them and build them up, having community with other ladies over a cup of coffee and yummy snacks, choosing some breakouts that are going to challenge you and encourage you, and then hopefully when you leave, you don't feel as alone.
Right.
You feel like
you're opening doors to other people more
that
than likely.
I can do this.
Right.
Maybe I need to apologize.
Right.
I need to do better because I haven't been.
Right.
I say I'm a good person, but I've not been living like a good person. I need to show up for my husband, my kids, boyfriend, girlfriend. Well, no, not girlfriend because there's no guys coming. So anyway, your boyfriend. I don't know. And so I know that we've got a lot of churches in the area that have reached out that are like, we want to come, and I'm like, let's go. And I know that they're bringing groups of ladies with them because of the same thing. We are in this together. Like the whole thing. Here's my journal. Here's a journal that you'll get. And it says better together and stronger than ever. And I just keep saying that because we are better together. I mean, yeah. Nobody should walk alone.
I feel like growing up in this, when you're talking, tissues right there, girl.
Yeah,
just be careful, those hands may fall out and get you. I feel like growing up or like earlier times, you were pushed to more like you need to be able to work alone and do this alone and that alone and whatever. And can you work alone or can you work with a team? And I do better with a team or I do better with a partner. Like that's just, it brings out the better part of me, and I think for so long I just felt like you couldn't do that because they make you feel bad that if you feel like you can't do it alone.
Right.
And you don't need to do it alone. Nothing.
We were not meant to.
Whatever. Absolutely not.
Do this life alone. No.
It's like, okay, it's a team effort. And again, you may come to this conference and it be exactly what you needed to hear. It's what I needed to hear last year, and doors will be open to meet other women that you just may have some future friends out there that you didn't know existed and can create a brand new bond in many different ways. So, anyway, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, since you said, meet friends, so something that we're doing that we didn't do before, it's called BAFT, Bring a Friend.
Look at you. I hate acronyms.
And you get, okay, so first off, the prices are $30, $40, and $65. And so you say, oh, $65. Well, that's for two people. So this is not a moneymaker. This is not like where you go to these conferences and it's like hundreds of dollars.
Right.
No, that is not the intent of this. This is so that I can just cover the cost of your t-shirt and journal and maybe give you a greater cup of coffee than
and some snacks.
This is not a profit maker by any means. I want to say that. But so it's $65 and it's bring a friend. And I'm like, if you can grab someone from your work, that your neighbor, that maybe they can't afford to come.
Right.
And you can afford the $65.
Right.
Maybe it's someone that is just, you don't know where they're at or they're going through just some really heaviness in their life. And you think, you know what, I think maybe I don't feel comfortable or I don't have the tools or I don't feel adequate enough to speak into their life. But some of the topics that you brought up would really help them.
Right.
I'll bring them and let them speak into their life. And you just walk alongside of them.
Right.
So, but anyway, but it's $65. You get a t-shirt and your friend gets a t-shirt. And then you both get an amazing journal. Ooh. Yes. And then again, you get coffee and a light breakfast, bagels and pastries. And I mean, it's just going to be a great day. And then if you're like, I don't want to bring a friend. I do not like people yet. I'm hoping I'll like people after I leave. And you're like, no. So then that is, and I don't want a t-shirt.
Right.
I don't want anything. It's $30. Just come on down. That's a Starbucks and a half. That $30, the way things are going, is your Taco Bell order.
Yeah.
So there's not been inflation here. Keep that in mind. Anyway, but we've had a lot of ladies. Let's see, Little Chapel, Kendra. If you live out in Harrisburg or you attend Little Chapel, reach out to Kendra.
Kelly Allen,
yes, at Grace Community Church, isn't that right?
Not for sure, but I think more like
Mount Vernon area. Amy Spiller and Ruth Teal at Redemption, in the Johnson City, West Frankfort area. reach out to one of them if you are wanting to come. And
Cardinal First Christian.
Yes.
We also have been,
Yeah.
I don't know how many people have signed up yet or not. I haven't heard, but still.
But I say all that to say that it doesn't matter your church affiliation. Oh, hello.
We closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I need some auto, buddy. I need some G parts.
Sorry.
Yeah. But no, I was just going to say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We want them to feel welcome and
Right.
loved because, I mean, we've been getting together. I think you have felt this for months now,
Mm-hmm.
praying over ladies that we have never met. We've been praying for you.
Yeah.
And the ones that we don't even know yet that have signed up. That whatever you're going through, you don't know why you signed up, but you just know you're supposed to be there. You don't know why God laid that friend on your mind and your heart, but you're going to say, hey, listen, let's go and do this together.
Right.
And I really believe it's because the 30 of us that have been getting together
Mm-hmm.
and praying for the lives of the ladies that are going to come through that door will just be encouraged and have hope.
And if you are somebody who isn't a people person and you want to do this after listening and seeing the passion that Angie truly has for this, show up and be like, hey, where's Cassie Stearns? Hello. Like, find me.
Yeah.
I'm not this. I'll be happy to make you feel right at home.
Yeah.
No, Angie, though, there's going to be plenty of people there for sure. But
oh my goodness.
look for us. I mean, so if you don't know anybody and you're
Yeah.
just like, find us. And I mean,
Yeah.
we'd be more than happy to just make you feel at home. So,
100%. I mean, it's not about, I think the hardest thing is maybe the hardest thing should be just registering.
right.
It shouldn't be walking in those doors.
Yeah.
That should be the easiest thing
Yeah.
because you are wanted and welcomed and we want you there.
Yeah.
Can
Can they come that day and register? Like how? Let's kind of talk about that.
So I'm going to probably say no. And the only reason is because I don't know. I am such a planner, and
Right.
this sounds horrible, but I want to have enough things. And if I don't have something, when you walk in the door, if you don't get a bag
Right.
and a journal and something to eat, then I'm going to feel really bad. And you can only, as ladies, you know, when you're trying to plan, you can only pre-plan so much. And so, yeah. Is that
So there's
so
there's a
there
deadline.
is. We've cut it off at October 4th. I think, actually, no. October 10th. No. Oh, my. See? This is why I have to read it. It closes at 10 p.m. on October 4th. I knew there was a 10 in there. October 4th is the drop dead cutoff to sign up. But
How can they sign up? So online, there's a link,
Yes.
which I will share
yes.
here too.
So they can go to the Cornerstone Church /events page. If you'll share that, I've got it. Oh my goodness! Hello. They're probably like, "You're sitting wrong.'re not sitting
Who
right."
cares? We don't care. Remember?
That's right. It is. Let me give it to you. It is cornerstonechurch.community/engage. And there is an awesome video from Annie
Mm-hmm.
talking about it. She is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She's just awesome. And then it's got a picture of all the breakout leaders because, some people are like, I want to see who,
Right.
if I don't know these people, I want to see a picture of them. They're all beautiful
Mm-hmm.
and they're all delightful.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be deciding which one
Except
not
for that
to
Sydney
go to.
Spiller. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding, Sydney.
Yeah. Thank goodness she don't look like her daddy. I'm joking. Anyway, so it is cornerstonechurch.community/engage. So yeah.
Okay.
And
And,
so-
I will post it,
Yeah.
attach it here so you guys can have that, can share it.
And they can drop me a note or comment on it, and I can reach out to them if they've got any questions or anything like that. I'd be more than happy to do the very best that I can to answer any of their questions and stuff like that. But I just know it's going to be such a great day, and I cannot wait, and I am so excited, and it's, I don't know, just excited.
Come! So,
anyway.
we're excited too. So, anything else we need to throw in there?
No, just that it's...
Get the time, the date, October 12th. Well, what is the time?
Okay, so
8
time is... Oh, I had this pulled up. So, the... I want to make sure that I say it out correctly. So, registration... So, doors open at 7:30.
Okay.
And there's bagels, pastries, coffees. But the main session doesn't start till 8:30. And it'll start sharp at 8:30. So...
but come early, have those snacks, start networking with people, talk, just get that communication going.
I look at it this way. Your kids are up anyway.
Yeah.
If not, if they're still sleeping,
Your husband's home.
throw your hair in a ponytail and just don't even worry about it.
Yep.
Come on. But, and the main session starts at noon and should be over at 1 o'clock sharp, so that it truly is only a half of a day on a Saturday. You still have time to go and do whatever you need to do, or grab lunch with ladies that you meet there. But Annie is speaking in the 8:30 session, and then she will speak at the last session that starts at noon. And then in between that time, we'll have time for you to meet her. And that's free. A lot of people charge for meet and greets and all that.
Right.
We don't do that.
Part of it.
She'll be in the lobby. She will have like her books. That if you are like, gosh, I love her books, or I really got something out of what she talked about, you can buy a book if you want. She'll sign the book if you would like it. She'll take a picture with you. You can, I don't know, talk with me and Cassie.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
That's fun right there.
That's worth the $30.
Exactly. So I know that we've been meeting monthly for the past couple of months.
Yep.
And we've talked about one of the questions that had come up was, what if, so there's 5 breakout.
There's 5.
5. Mm-hmm. But you can only pick 2.
Yep.
So it's been asked about, are the others going to be recorded and shared and things like that? So I know that's...
So they're working on that. The plan that I think is that we're going to have audio. It won't be videotaped because then we'll have to
it's a whole other waiver and...
Well, and also too, if you're in a breakout session, and I don't know how some of the breakout leaders are going to structure theirs as far as opening it up for questions or if you've got an issue. I would hate for a lady to see a camera and not speak up. So that would defeat the purpose.
Right.
So I say, just come on.
Yeah.
Just come on.
Yeah.
And and I also think this too. As awesome as the breakouts are, and these leaders are just unbelievable, I think when you read through the descriptions, there'll be a nudge.
Yeah.
There'll be a tug at your heart. There'll be, something within you that you go back to a certain one or two. You might think, oh gosh, I want to go to them all. But I think if you really sit with yourself in the quiet, you'll know which ones you need to go to and all that stuff. Anyway, but yeah.
Awesome. All right. So October 12th.
Woohoo!
And doors open at
7:30. Yep.
Goes until 1.
Yep.
Starts officially at
8:30. Yep. Yep.
Who cares how you're dressed? Just,
Nope.
pull the hair back, whatever.
I mean, we saw, and that's another thing. We saw let me preface this. There were ladies that were dressed in leggings, sweatshirt, and their hair pulled up with tennis shoes on. And they had a blast. And we loved them because they came how they were, and they were comfortable, and that is awesome.
Yeah.
We had some ladies that were a little bit more dressed up, and then we had some that, look
at this attire right here.
I had not washed my hair in 3 days, and so I did that this morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, I mean, and there are some ladies that will want to come and get all, because
they don't get out.
Because they don't. They're like, I'm going to wear my fall sweater. I'm going to wear my fall cardigan. I'm going to wear my new cowboy boots. I don't know.
Whatever.
But yeah, I mean, so I want you to know that we want you to come as you are. We want you to feel welcomed no matter how you come, because we just want you to be there and know that you are loved.
Yep.
So, yeah. T-shirt, jeans, tennis shoes. I mean, it's what we wear pretty much every day of our lives anyway. So, yeah. There you go.
Much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for attending. Thank you so much for coming.
I hope I didn't bore them, or they didn't.
You know what?
Probably
they could always just.
This is a low. I hope it was.
They can always replay it and pause it and go back or fast forward. Whatever later on too.
True.
So whatever.
It might. I hope that they liked it and that I was not horrible.
No, you were not. This is not. Yeah. This is. Listen, we fly by the seat of our pants every.
You're doing awesome.
Saturday.
I mean, it is. I mean, there's, you have a heart for it, and, well, Jennifer and Jan, all three of you do. I don't know who else is all involved, but I've had a chance to just kind of spend some time with you guys and just know how much you want, again, to be real, talk it out, and just be a blessing to however you can.
Right.
So,
yep.
Anyway,
perfect. All right. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye. October 12th, we'll see you at Cornerstone for the women's conference with Annie Downs and Cassie Stearns and Angie Woods. But anyways, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you.